Hey friend, how you doing? Hope you're good. I don't know if you need to hear this, but I'm going to tell you anyway, bro. Lust is a poor imitation of love. Lust is a very poor imitation of love. I know for you, you've probably always had this almost like insatiable desire, this like constant itch that you feel like you need to scratch. But I want to ask you a question. I want you to be honest with me. I want to ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with me here. Have you ever actually felt better about yourself after falling victim to lust? Like, has lust ever actually been able to fulfill the promise that it makes to you? Because when you have that urge, it tells you that it's going to solve your problems. It tells you that, once you, scratch that itch, that you're going to be all right. It tells you that once you scratch the itch, that you're going to feel better about yourself and you're going to finally be able to relax. But it lies to you every time and you fall for it again and again. So again, I want to ask you, has lust ever fulfilled its promise to you? And the answer is no. And I'll tell you why the answer is no. Is because lust is a poor imitation of love. What you want is love. Whether that's self-love, love from friends, family, or most likely love from a partner, love from someone who loves you. That's what you desire. But you don't think you're worthy of it. That's the elephant in the room. You don't think you're good enough to be loved, so you'll settle for this cheap imitation. Even though it slowly strips you of your confidence, it slowly strips you of your ability to stand up straight and really, respect yourself. But again, you fall back into it again and again, and I want you to know that it's enough. You don't have to keep doing it. You don't have to keep falling for the same cycle over and over again. You don't have to. Because lust will never be able to fulfill you. There's no amount of, sex, whether that's sexual validation, whether that's sexual intercourse, whether that's, attention from women or from whoever you're attracted to, that's gonna, really fulfill you and fill that void that you have. Because let's be honest, that's the elephant in the room, isn't it? Like, you've got a void that you're trying to fill with lust, and you feel like lust is the easy option to fill that void. But it doesn't work, does it? And it's never gonna work. And that's because lust is a poor imitation of love. Let me tell you why lust is freely available. Because it's easy. Lust is it's like the quickest or best example of like instant gratification possible. You have a desire, you have the urge, you scratch it. It comes back anyway, 10 minutes later, half an hour later. Okay. What was the point of scratching it in the first place? And your brain is going to lie to you and tell you, one more time won't hurt, one more time won't hurt, one more time won't hurt, one more time won't hurt. But the truth is, it is hurting. It's hurting you in the long term because every time you fall for lust, you're getting further and further away from being able to feel love. And I'm saying this as someone who, in my past as a younger guy, I did struggle with lust addiction just like you. Whether that was, trying to find love in quick hookups, trying to find love on these awful adult sites and realizing that it wasn't there. And I feel for like a lot of us, we just have a lot of shame. And it's shame that's holding you back from, stepping out of your comfort zone and realizing that I can't find what I want behind closed doors. I can't find it when I'm not being open and vulnerable. Because let's be honest, like sex, lust, it feels like an escape. It's an escape from your reality. It's an escape from maybe your shitty job. Maybe it's an escape from the stress that you have. Maybe it's an escape from the loneliness you feel. But that's all it is. It's an escape. And it's a momentary escape, because as soon as you're done, you're right back into reality. So I'm telling you all this, and you're probably asking, like, okay, Pearson, what's the answer? What do I do? If I can't rely on lust anymore, what do I do? Again, I'll take you back to the first thing I said in this video. You learn to love. You learn to love yourself again. Maybe even for the first time, you learn to love others. You learn to accept yourself and really understand that you don't need to rely on lust to have a fulfilling life. It's clearly not working. You don't need to rely on lust to help you feel better about yourself. You need to attack the problems straight on. Now, this love that I'm referring to, it's not this some sort of mystic, intangible sort of idea. I mean, it's quite literally what we're put here on this earth to do. To see and be seen. To feel and be felt. To understand and be understood. That's what you want. Deep down, that's what you want. Even if you don't think that's what you want. Deep down, that's what you want. You believe you can get, this sense of intimacy. That's what it is. You want intimacy, and you feel like you're not able to get it in the real world, so I'll rely on these sites, or maybe I'll rely on these surface level hookups, or I'll just swipe on Tinder, whatever it is. So understand that there's companies out here that are nefarious as fuck. They're out here to literally weaponize your feelings, weaponize your instincts, weaponize your desires, and turn them against you and turn you into a tool. And you don't want to be a tool for these people. You don't want to be a tool for these companies. You want to be a fully fledged human who's in control of their desires. And the only way to do that is to love yourself, show yourself some self-love. When you're feeling these lustful emotions, I want you to really sit down with yourself, write about it. Write exactly about how you're feeling in a moment. And you realize a lot of the time you're not actually horny. It's not like you don't actually feel horny, you just feel empty. Or you just feel alone, or you just feel misunderstood. And you're used to this mechanism to cope with it. That's all it is, just a coping mechanism. Start to understand yourself, start to understand your urges, where they come from. And I guarantee you'll start to use it a lot less. You'll start to use lust a lot less, because you realize it doesn't do what it promises it does. And that's because lust is a cheap imitation of love. Speak soon.